What's going on, YouTube? How you doing? Gypsy Danger 7 is back, and let's get right into it. I want to talk about the Gilroy Garlic Festival shooting and the sensationalized news coverage it's getting right now, and what the liberal media is not telling you about what else happened over the weekend. Here goes. I called it in yesterday's video, the weekend in a nutshell. And what did I call? They were going to make this about racism. They're going to push the white supremacy narrative. And why are they going to push? They're pushing this narrative because the investigation has proven that Santino William Legan posted on his Instagram account about, it stated, "Read Might is Right" by Ragnar Redbeard. In case you don't know, it is a racist manifesto written and published in 1896. Okay? It's a racist manifesto that talks about the whites being being biologically superior. Talks about racial violence, calls for racial violence. It has anti-Semitic and misogynistic statements. It's also anti-Christian and anti-social. And that's what they're going with. Also, the investigation has pointed out that Legan has used racial slurs against mixed people. What was the first thing I said in yesterday's video, the weekend in a nutshell? That Santino William Legan was half Italian, half Iranian. So explain to us. Here's the thing about Italians. I grew up in Jersey. I met some Italians. I have Italian friends. And oh, by the way, some Italians are dark as me. So anyway, and oh yeah, by the way, Iranians, well, we all know they're Middle Eastern. So explain to me, how is this guy who was half Italian, half Iranian, going to be a white supremacist? The fact that he's half Iranian basically counts him now as a white supremacist. He's not allowed. And by the way, Italians were not looked favorably by white supremacists. But yet they're pushing this narrative anyway because of what he posted on his Instagram account. And of course, here we go with the gun control agenda. Are we shocked about this anymore? Who's shocked? Of course, okay, the investigation has proven that Santino got his gun, it's a SKS, which is a variant of the AK-47 from the state of Nevada. Now, I know the geography here, please, because you're talking to a guy that drove from Sacramento to Lake Tahoe and back again. I know, okay? But why are liberals blaming Nevada gun laws for the carnage that happened in Gilroy? Explain that. Okay? Isn't California's anti-gun laws, gun-grabbing laws, supposed to prevent shootings like that? Never mind where he got the gun. What about the state of California? How those anti-gun laws working for you, Cali? Now, here's something that the liberal media is not reporting on. There was something else that happened over the weekend, far more tragic than what happened to Gilroy. And we're going to talk about the great city of Chicago. And here it is. Over the weekend, 8 people died and 40 people were wounded in shootings in Chicago. 8 people died. That's 5 more people who died than Gilroy. 40 people were wounded. That is more than 3 times the amount of people wounded than at Gilroy. And why is Gilroy being sensationalized in the liberal media, but Chicago isn't? Because you can't scream racism and white supremacy when it's black on black violence. That's why. Let's keep it real. The only reason why Chicago is not being mentioned and is being put in the back burner is because those shootings that happened were done by blacks against blacks. Can't push the white supremacy narrative from that shootings, but you can do that in California with a mixed kid. okay, with a dude who was half Italian, half Iranian. But you could push the white supremacy on that because of his Italian side. Oh, never mind the fact that Italians are dark as me. Not all of them, but some of them. You get my drift. Again, the liberal media will not report on Chicago because that's black on black violence. They don't want to hear about that. They don't want to talk about that because you can't push the racist and the white supremacy narrative. You can't have a white boogeyman on black violence, but you can have in Gilroy. Explain that. And look, if you're going to blame Nevada's gun laws for what happened in California, then let's blame Nevada's gun laws for what happened in Chicago. No, go with the narrative. I know there's a big, mild difference between Nevada and Chicago, or Illinois to be precise. But hey, we're going to blame Nevada for what happened in California? Let's blame Chicago too. Let's blame Nevada for Chicago too. Let's do that. Can you not smell this? Smell that. Get a whiff. It's bull spit. That's what it is. Everything that the liberal media is pushing, the narrative, the agenda. The Gilroy versus Chicago, it's all bull spit. Wake up and smell the coffee. Okay? This is all an agenda. I said it in yesterday's video, The Weekend in a nutshell. They were going to do this. They were going to push the racist narrative, and they were going to push this gun control agenda. And they're not disappointing. They have yet to explain concisely and precisely how a biracial child is going to sit there and be a white supremacist. That he was radicalized. But yet his own DNA would not qualify him to be a white supremacist. Half Iranian, kids. Half Iranian. Look at me. I'm Filipino, but I'm part Scottish. So you mean to sit there and tell me that my small Scottish genetics is going to make me a white supremacist? Matter of fact, the majority of my genes is Filipino? Oh, come on now. Ooh, boy. Wake up and smell the agenda, people. Wake up and smell the agenda because it's being pushed hard. Okay? They're pushing for the racial divide. The liberal media, the Democrats, they're pushing for the racial divide. And oh, by the way, they're going to try to dehumanize us gun owners, us legal, God-fearing, Bible-toting gun owners. They're going to dehumanize us and try to make us feel like, oh, you know, it's our fault that we have guns. It's our fault that we believe in our right to bear arms and to protect ourselves. Oh, they're not going to tell you. Okay, here's the deal. Yes, police officers responded within a minute. But think about this, though. He was able to kill 3 people in under a minute. Imagine if those parents were armed. Imagine if those parents had the right to carry their gun on them at this festival. He would have been dropped the moment he started shooting, instead of waiting for 1 whole minute for the cops to do their job. Keep that in mind. Do the math. 3 people dead in under a minute. All because the parents were defenseless. Because California's anti-gun laws made it that way. And that's what anti-gun laws do. They will disarm the legal citizens. They will disarm law-abiding citizens, what I meant to say. And they will empower the criminals. That's the agenda you need to be smelling. That's the agenda you need to wake up to. And like I said, why isn't Chicago being sensationalized when there was 5 more people dead and 3 times the amount of people wounded? I'll answer that for you one more time and then I'll get going. Because you can't push the white supremacy agenda when it's black on black violence. truth, not racism. Anyway, that's the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And if you did, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will catch you in the next video. And so in closing, as always, God bless you all. Jesus loves you all. Holy Ghost guide you all. Until next time.